Good evening and thank you for joining us for Crimson News at 10 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Our top story tonight, Spokane police say he suffered a violent death, killed and stuffed in the trunk of a car. A year later, his remains were found in that car that was stashed in Hilliard. Crimson News' Kyle Simchuk spoke with the man's family tonight. He joins us live in the newsroom with what they're saying. Kyle?
Well, Mark, this story made headlines around the world. A local man told police he killed his daughter's ex-boyfriend because the 19-year-old sold her into a sex trafficking ring. Now, since there is a potential victim of sexual assault, we want to protect her identity, which is why we aren't naming her or her ex-boyfriend. Now, the murdered teen's friends and family held a vigil at Riverfront Park tonight to remember him and to defend him. The 19-year-old's aunt, Melissa Tesh, told us he loved his girlfriend and the two were building a life together in Seattle. Tesh says it's been hard to read comments on social media praising her nephew's accused killer and the fact that people have donated nearly $60,000 to help pay for his bond and legal fees. She has a message for the 60-year-old behind bars.
I don't know what made you do this. I'm sorry that you did this because you destroyed a lot of lives. I don't understand why everybody's taking his side on it. There's a 19-year-old that lost his life here, and people are forgetting that. He died in a trunk car. Nobody wants to die.
And Tesh says she last spoke to her nephew in the fall of 2020, right before he was murdered. He claimed he got into an argument with his girlfriend and came back to Spokane to find her. That girl's father told police he kidnapped the teen in Airway Heights, zip-tied his wrists, and beat him over the head with a cinder block. The body was kept in the trunk of a car for a year before it was discovered last week in Hilliard. Police are still investigating the case and the accusations. Mark?
Kyle, thank you very much. All right, let's talk weather now. It was a sunny and beautiful day across the region, but things are about to change. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick joining us now in the Outdoor Weather Center. Thomas, I'm looking at the temperature right now. It says 37 degrees, and you're tracking the chance for potentially a rain-snow mix tomorrow.
Yeah, we're starting to get into that temperature window where a mix certainly is very much possible. I always think that a good rule of thumb is between 32 degrees and 38 degrees is usually the temperature profile good enough for a rain-snow mix at the very minimum, and then you would just get all snow, of course, once you are below the freezing mark. But yeah, temperature is falling quickly because we had some clear skies to work with. Clouds still just filtering in to the eastern side of the state, but that rain has already made it into Portland. Lots of moisture with the Swiss system. It's going to be a pretty quick blast when we get to tomorrow morning, but look at these current temperatures already easily into the 30s, as cold as 34 in both Sandpoint and Coeur d'Alene. It is below the freezing mark right now in St. Mary, so that is very important to note when it comes to tomorrow morning. I don't think it's going to get all that much colder than it is right now, but that precipitation arrives 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, right when those temperatures are usually at their coldest. So while our model mostly predicts rain, there's a chance that some snow may mix in. Again, if it's below 38 degrees, certainly not impossible to see a rain-snow mix for tomorrow morning. But this is not our only weather system we're tracking through the course of this week. More details on tomorrow's and the rest of this week's weather in a few minutes.
Talk to you then, Thomas. Thank you very much. Looking ahead to this Wednesday, Spokane's second annual Winter Farmers Market will be held at the Pavilion in Riverfront Park. The event will have a variety of local farmers, artisans, and crafters. According to the city's website, about 35 vendors will be there, up from just 20 last year. Entry is free and will be held from 3 to 7 p.m. every Wednesday throughout the month of December. We are learning more tonight about a local teen's alleged plans to bomb his school. Newly released court documents show the 16-year-old Medical Lake High School student planned to place several bombs throughout the school. Cram 2's Amanda Rowley has more on the alleged plot and the arrest.
Spokane County court records say the student taught himself how to make bombs through searches on his phone and a school-issued laptop. Now, court documents also reveal the student's mother was aware he was making something, but did not realize it was bombs.
A Medical Lake student alerted the school resource officer about the bomb threat after seeing it on social media. The school resource officer's investigation led to interviewing the 16-year-old suspect and his parents at school last week. The student admitted to making pipe bombs, but did not have an exact date in mind. The student told the deputy he planned to come to school early and place 1 bomb in the library, 2 in the cafeteria, and 3 more scattered throughout the school. Court documents say he planned to set them off during lunch. Court records include Snapchat messages investigators believe the 16-year-old suspect sent about his plans. In one message, the suspect says he would test the bomb out at school, even explaining how to make thermite explosive. In another set of messages, the suspect wrote there are a lot of people he doesn't like and who treat him like he's annoying. The school resource officer asked the suspect to write a letter about how he made the bomb and where he got his supplies. But that's not all. The student also told the deputy on the Thursday before Halloween, the student had a bomb in his backpack on his way to school. He claims he walked the access trail of Medical Lake and threw the bomb in the water to get rid of it. The suspect remains in Spokane County Juvenile Detention Center as detectives continue investigating the bomb threat.
Now, we asked the Medical Lake School District what communication it sent out to parents about the bomb threat. We are still waiting for a response. Reporting in the newsroom, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
A University high school student who allegedly threatened to kill another student faced a judge today. That threat resulted in classes being canceled at the high school last Friday. Today, a judge set Adam McCarty's bond at $50,000 for felony threats to kill. According to court documents, McCarty walked into class and yelled that he was going to kill another student. The documents also state that McCarty also sent threats, including a photo of himself holding guns, to that same student. The ATF agent who was shot on Friday in West Spokane has been released from the hospital with what are described as non-life-threatening injuries. That shooting happened on Friday at the Motel 6 in the Sunset Hill neighborhood. The FBI and the Spokane Police Department are still looking for two suspects who were involved. They consider them to be dangerous. The condition of the suspect, who was also shot, has not yet been released. We now know the identities of all 8 victims of the Astroworld disaster and more information about the victim from Washington. 21-year-old Axel Acosta from Tieton, Washington, was among those killed in the Travis Scott concert in Houston on Friday. The 7 other victims range in age from 14 to 27 years old. An attorney representing Acosta's family say that he was a student at Western Washington University in Bellingham. His lawyers said that he died as a result of compressive asphyxiation, which was caused by the weight of bodies on top of him, making it impossible for Acosta to breathe. Today, Acosta's father spoke about his son.
He was a great kid, excellent student. He was looking for his family. We're trying to make things change in this type of events, because it could, today is me. I lost my son. It could be you.
Well, the family has filed a lawsuit against the event promoter and organizer Live Nation and Travis Scott, saying they both have histories of creating unsafe events. Still ahead tonight, we are continuing our Boomtown Week. A couple recently left Coeur d'Alene for cheaper living. We'll introduce one family and show you their struggle with the North Idaho housing market. We are back after a quick break.